gotta deal with these rust holes in the roof. This one is so close to the gasket that I'm not going to be able to weld it without either causing damage to the seal in here or maybe even damage to the windshield. And I don't want to take the windshield out. The proper way would be to take the windshield out, and I could do that, but this is a beater. I'm not going to go through that. I'm going to cut this to a square, get most of this rust out, all of it probably, and put a piece in from behind and use steel reinforced epoxy from JB to put a panel in from behind, and then I'll just put some kitty hair over it. And this one here I probably can weld. I'm going to peel this back and I'm going to tack weld along here. I'm going to take this piece out because this is pretty rusted. So I'm going to have to cut this out where I get the solid metal, and then I'll make a patch panel for it. Find from back there on my pile, on my scrap pile, I'll find a piece for it. Be sure to poke around really good so you find the solid parts, and you don't want the weld to rust. Well, I got the other stuff out. I got the outer, but the inner structure is damaged. So I'm going to have to continue cutting this out and make a patch for this. And fix this little hole over here. Probably going to use a copper spoon for that one. Air saw to cut the rest of it out and make a patch and fix it up. Using a fiberglass mat inside to keep any welding splatter from hurting the interior of the car. Taking the old pieces and putting them together as close as possible, and just making a patch panel. I'm going to cut around it and then slowly get it to fit the part, and we'll weld it in. Okay, now I got it situated, that little patch panel in there. You can use the clippers to clip it down. I don't care to use Harbor Freight or Weiss, it doesn't matter really. I'm going to tack it in, and I'm going to just move it as I tack it. I'll hammer it in wherever I need it to go. I'm protecting the interior with a fiberglass blanket. So that will be okay. I'll just tack it along like that, and then I will move it. I'll move this right out of the way, and then wherever I want it, I'll just hammer it into place and go all the way around. So I'll do that, and I'll show you what it looks like. In this situation, you're dealing with rusty metal. So what you're doing is short bursts, weld on top of a weld. You want to fill in the holes. The hammer will shape. See how I'm shaping this? There's a dent right there, a little indentation. I'm going to shape it in there, and I'm going to get closer and closer to this right here. Now keep going all the way around. Exactly like that, tapping it down and getting, I'll even get this right here. There's a little tiny hole here. I'll weld that up. Then I'll be able to put the top patch panel. But I'm going to seal this inside once I grind it a little bit. I'm going to seal the inside with pour patch. Pour patch will seal any porosity that's in these welds, and it'll add a little strength to this repair. As you can see, the patch is in there. The hole that was here has been repaired. All this has been repaired. I'll just grind that down a little bit, and I'm going to put some pour patch in there to seal this whole area in. It'll also take care of the rust. And then I'll start on the top part. Now this is one product from Pour 15 that I like, especially for things like this. Now, once you puncture it, you don't want to get any of this stuff on the threads. You get it on the threads and you put it back on, it's going to be hard to get off later on, if not impossible. So we're going to put some on here, and we'll be pretty liberal with it because this stuff is pretty good. Like I said, try not to get any on the threads. And you have to use gloves because this stuff will not come off you once it dries for a long time. You're going to live with it. But this patch will seal any porosity. In this corner I'm going to have to clean it out because there's a spot where the top of the C-pillar welds to the inner part, inner structure. And I'll grind a little bit cleaner to get everything in there, but try not to break the glove with the sharp edges there. I'll get something to wipe that off, and I'll make a spot right here where I'm going to weld, because there's going to be a spot weld there. I'm going to use the same way I made the inner panel. I'm going to make this one. I'm going to hold these pieces approximately where they're going to be, fill in where I think it should go, because I could always trim. And then I'll cut it out with the snippers, and I'll curve it, bend it a little bit to fit the curvature of the roof, and I'll show you how that goes. Now with the pink tape holding the rubber back away from the edge there, I'm going to weld the edge of this as closest to the window with short bursts, because I don't want to heat this part up. I don't want to do anything to the seal of that window or damage the window. And the same thing I did with the inside. I just tap around, use the hammer, shape it as I go. You would rather have this panel a little lower than higher. That's easier to fill with the body foam. Just want to tack it in a few places. Down a little bit. I'll continue this way all the way around, tapping the panel with the hammer, body hammer, getting it in alignment. Go all the way around. I'll show you how it looks like when I get done. Fully welded up, no damage to the windshield. No damage to the trim. Just a slight bit of damage to the rubber. Not a big deal. Like I said, it's just a beater. I'll grind these down. It's slightly low. That's what I wanted. A little bit low, so I could take some Dynaglass and go right over and seal this whole area out. I'll grind it and show you what it looks like finished ground. And there you go. A skim coat of Dynaglass short hair fiberglass filler. It's a little low, which is what I wanted, so I could build it up. But no more than maybe an 1/8, 1/16 of a little bit of filler in there. And it'll be, the Dynaglass makes it waterproof, so it'll be nice. Then regular body filler over that, and it'll come out nice. Not bad to fixing up a beater.